Okay, there we go, full screen. Alright, and we're back. So, I got two USBs here. I got the fast USB and the slow USB, and I have a broken USB port on my Mac. So I can't really show this to you because the closest USB port isn't really working. So I guess I'll just show it to you while it's unplugged. We have two USBs here. We have the fast USB and the slow USB. This is the fast USB because it has no solder pins. This is the slow USB because it has solder pins. And we got plenty of fast USBs because most of our computers should be working with the fast USB. So, the slow USB should always be plugged into the hub so that you can, it's like a be all end all of all USBs, because if nothing else works, this one should work. It should give enough time for the computer to initialize and install drivers and stuff for the HID. Most of the computers should already have HID drivers, and it's really a shame if not, because this is like the most basic form of USB. So when you're using this, you just gotta press this button, and if I give power to this, you'll notice that I got, let me plug this in, try plugging it in again, there we go. Alright, so when this one gets power, you'll see that I plugged it in upside down, which is incredibly stupid because if you notice, it's like this, and you can plug it in upside down and nothing will happen. If you notice that nothing is happening, it's because you plugged it in upside down, alright? And it won't break anything if you plug it upside down, it just won't work, alright? You gotta flip it over. Oh god, I feel so stupid right now. Okay, there we go. So now it turns on, like that, and if I plug this in, I don't know, because I got a faulty USB port inside my Mac, so that's why it may not work as well as we hope. So if I turn this one on, this is slow USB. Slow USB, it takes longer to work. I think it's about a minute. And fast USB takes shorter to work because it's about only 21 seconds, because it gives less time for the computer to welcome you, right? So let's just quickly see if it starts working. One or the other should start flickering soon. Again, I got a faulty USB port, so there we go. Slow USB is oh no, this is the fast USB. Wait, no, this is a slow USB. Slow USB is flickering. The fast USB is just kind of not doing anything because I got a faulty USB port, and it worked last time, but it's not anymore, so that's a bad thing. But anyway, so if you leave it plugged in for too long, it'll start to warm up. It won't really explode or anything, it just warms up a little bit, which is a problem. So, yeah. You'd want to leave it plugged in, otherwise it might deteriorate over time. So those are the two USBs, you got the hub, and that's how it works. So I'm going to try and do another demo with the fast USB, except I'm going to use another USB port. So don't plug it in upside down, you want to plug it in right side up. Because notice it doesn't have a little housing around the USB, it just has the contacts on this side. So you have to make sure you plug in contact side to the, if you look carefully, right, you can see there's that little line over there, right? You got to make sure that the contacts are touching the line like that. Boom. All right. So now I plug it in, or I try to, and then I do it upside down again. And then I plug it in, there we go. And now it's plugged in, and then I press the button, it receives power, and in 21 seconds it'll start to flicker. And again, I'm on a Mac, which is why it's not like doing stuff to my computer. So let's wait. There we go. So now it's flickering, and that's because it's working. Now, it may be hard to tell it's flickering based on your frame rate, and I know my camera frame rate sucks. 60 FPS, whatever. It's flickering pretty quickly, so if I go to the next screen, I can tell you how fast it's flickering. It has a delay of like 100. So, I don't get it. I have a really low frame rate, or it just, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. So, it's flickering, which is good, and that means it's done, and you can unplug it when it starts to flicker, and you can go to your next computer. The good thing is, you can have multiple of these things, right? And you can just plug them in and just walk away and let them do their job, and then come back and plug them out, right? There's nothing, and you don't have to know the password. You don't have to enter the password. You just have to plug them in, and you got to be done, right? Um, I they're reprogrammable, so in the future, if you wanna reprogram these like based on password changes or maybe a different setup procedure, it's possible. Um, but it's really hard because it's really hard to set up the stuff because these are Chinese knockoffs of the same brand. So I mean, look, I could pay $8 for each of these, and it's like $6 each, right? There's six of these, right? So that's a lot of money versus just like these costed 99 cents each, right?